Hey guys, what's going on? So I just did a three-part series about Chris and his health. So I thought we'd talk about his nutrition habits as well. Um, and just so we can kind of get more insight on why Chris is just so unhealthy when it comes to his eating. And I want to just say for the record that I am not really a healthy guy when I'm eating either, but Chris seems to think that he is. And I don't know whether he's just lying about it or he genuinely believes it, but let's talk about it. Now, this is one I haven't heard before. Chris put on Twitter something different today for lunch. I've been re-binging Kim Possible on Disney Plus, so I love Kim Possible a lot. If you're seeing this, 2 soft shell tacos and an order of nachos. I made a nacho. I'm pretty sure, is that what it's called in the show? I've honestly never watched Kim Possible, so I wouldn't know. Food is both a biological imperative and a cultural medium for humans. The human body is meant to run on a wide variety of foodstuffs for a balanced diet. And cultures around the world have created a multitude of dishes using available ingredients, mostly from animal and plant sources. More recently, food has become industrialized, and this industrialized process makes food cheaper and tastier. To the love of our hero, Chris. Unfortunately, this industrial Western diet doesn't always carry the best nutrition. Cooking abilities. Chris claims that he cooks for himself 4 to 5 days a week, making his cooking a major source of his nutrition. He has said that he took home ec classes in school and that he owns cookbooks. However, when Jackie asked him to cook spaghetti, an incredibly basic dish, mind you, yeah, I for the record, can cook spaghetti. Like I usually just cook spaghetti, put some sauce on it. That's my food for a couple days. In a YouTube video, he dodged responsibility by claiming that Barbara had blocked up the kitchen with junk, so he instead mimed the act and microwaved some canned spaghetti and meatballs. It can be deduced from this that Chris can't or doesn't cook and simply buys microwavable meals every time he claims to be eating at home. In a letter written to Kelly Sarandon that was posted on Twitter, Chris claims to have taken up basic cooking skills as a way to keep his mind more active. In addition, Barb no longer cooks for Chris after he and Bob turned down a spaghetti meal that she offered him, which is very petty. It turned down, he claims to have deeply apologized for, making it even less likely that Chris eats anything that requires to be cooked, let alone anything that requires time and preparation to be made. Fast food. As a result of his minimal cooking skills and due to how even the simplest tasks tires him out, Chris often prefers to eat out over making food by himself. He is an infamous fast food lover, eating at either McDonald's, Burger King, or some other fast food restaurant that he eats at least once a day. He has been known to dine out up to 4 times a day. The fact that he's merely fat and not morbidly obese with such an awe-inspiring calorific intake and an inactive lifestyle suggests a fairly high metabolism, one which he will almost certainly not last indefinitely. The frequency of his fast food trips rose, confirmed in 2015 when the Curie Forms users sent him $500 to see what he would do with it. Some places where Chris likes to eat: McDonald's, Burger King, restaurants, grocery stores, kitchen, bedroom. Okay, and this is interesting. Quick Bill Guardian. This is back when he only had 11,000 subscribers. Transferred belly fat to butt. Okay. I wish I had 11,000 subscribers. That must be nice. Well, not the ones Chris has, but you know. Many times, Chris has shown to be a glutton for all kinds of food, eating excessively in public places and during parties. His complexion also gives insight into his daily nutrition, often showing various signs of acne and acne scarring. His most probable nutrition intakes is as follows. Breakfast. Often nothing because he usually sleeps from 6 a.m. to noon. But when he doesn't do that, he travels to McDonald's or another fast food restaurant with a breakfast menu. Lunch, something quick at home or fast food. Dinner, dine out at a fast food place with family or having a poorly cooked microwavable meal. According to Chris, he eats more vegetables than any other food group. The veracity of this statement is dubious given what is known about Chris's medical history and health in general, as well as his tendency to lie. During the father call, Chris told Casey's father that he's prescribed Lipitor for his high cholesterol. He claimed he stopped taking the drug in fall 2009, but whether he was being honest, especially given the number of obvious lies he has told about his health over the course of the rest of the call, is uncertain. When Chris admits to going to McDonald's regularly for his meals, including the time in the father call, he will often fall back on another lie that he only eats the salads provided and drinks lemonade, which is ironic since McDonald's salad were still around. They were actually proven to contain more calories than an average Big Mac meal due to the sauce that came with them. Chris also seems to be under the impression that lemonade is healthy because it has, or at least tastes vaguely like lemons, despite them being just as unhealthy as any other type of soda. In 2016, Chris began listening to subliminal frequency hypnosis videos under the false belief that they will improve his health. He liked videos such as lose weight super fast, eliminate armpit odor permanently fast. You could just get deodorant for that. Why do you need that? Lower your blood pressure fast, hypertension treatment, and produce odorless farts fast. There is no sort of scientific and medical evidence that proves listening to binaural beats can do these things. In 2017, Chris had a brief online relationship with Jessica Quinn, who had a fat fetish and influenced Chris with it. The Sonichu comic features an obese Rose Chew in issue 12. After the break, and also kind of briefly also showed an obese Sonichu as well. After their breakup, Chris consumed a large bowl of ice cream, then took a photo of his gut saying, "This right here was all hers." In 2019, Chris showed his idea of a salad mostly made with unhealthy ingredients like bacon bits and croutons. In 2020, Chris claimed to make breakfast omelets / scrambled eggs with ghost pepper sauce or spinach. Okay. Prison food. Now that Chris has been in jail for quite a while, it's safe to assume that he has broken his longstanding policy of not eating prison food and has entered the regular diet alongside all the other inmates. Well, that's probably kind of the thing now since he's probably going to go to jail. Ironically, this statement is quite an improvement to his regular dietary habits, as prison meals are provided in equal quantities per inmate, and no amount of entitlement will help you get a second serving. Pretty much the only way Chris can overeat is either by buying the food separately, which he does not have the money for, or bribing another inmate, which he definitely won't have the money for. The quality of said prison meals, on the other hand, is debatable. Prisons in America can have anything from barely edible slop crawling with parasites to extremely nutritious meals that come in a great variety and flavors. Really? I always just thought it was slop or salami sandwiches or bread. In any case, it's probably safe to say that even if Central Virginia Regional Jail is sitting on the latter category, the meals provided would be far healthier than what Chris is used to be eating. And that is if Chris isn't being bullied into giving his meals away by the other inmates. In an October 2021 letter, Chris wrote that food's mostly good and well, no, not perfect meatballs. Banquet dinners have better meatballs, and chicken is often dry. Okay. Hydration and water consumption. Before 2020, Chris rarely drank water and focused a lot more on carbonated drinks and energy drinks, which have been proven to increase erratic behavior. This was such that an entire page of the Quickie has been partly dedicated to just how much Coca-Cola he drank over the span of 2 years. That's very weird. Said article revealed that on many of the days between March 6, 2007 and September 4th, 2009, Chris drank about 1.8 liters over 3 pints of Coke every day, assuming that none of it was drank by his equally obese parents so he could gain points on my Coke rewards. This represents a grotesque 195 grams and nearly 7 ounces of sugar per day from Coke alone, representing almost 800 calories, 1/3 of his daily calorie intake. To put that in perspective, Chris drank enough Coke to fill 10 oil barrels in order to get the amount of points he got. Needless to say, the effects are staggering. On record, he appears to have consumed a whopping 120 cans of Coca-Cola on April 9th, 2008, March 24th, 2009, and August 15th, 2009. How this didn't send him into immediate diabetic shock is anybody's guess. Now Chris drinks tons of water from a glacier water bottle with an amethyst crystal on the bottom. He believes that there are many health problems that drinking water in this fashion. He believes that there are many health problems that drinking water in this fashion alone can cure. He believes that doing so cures conditions such as food poisoning. While this is not actually true, it is at least far healthier than drinking tons of soft drinks. Ever since this discovery of himself being a goddess CPU blue heart, he has used this bottle constantly as a way to charge up his powers in order to help further merge out into its future stages. The reason he went with the amethyst crystal is most likely the same reason he uses the amethyst ring in his comics as his main source of power. So therefore, Chris now uses this ball as a way to inadvertently make his power stronger. There's an article about obesity, which is obvious. And there's a picture of Chris drinking his semen. That's charming. And he pours Fanta in it to try and lessen the semen, which is kind of hypocritical, but that's Chris for you. Dental hygiene. Chris's teeth have obviously suffered greatly during the decades of constant sugary abuse. Several videos which he exposes his teeth have revealed that his molars are extremely rotten and full of cavities, while his frontal teeth are yellowish at best and an olive color at worst. This combined with the infamous lack of hygiene prowess, that is flat out a miracle that his teeth haven't fallen out at this point. Behavioral issues. Caffeine is a well-known irritant and also well-known to decrease the ability to sleep. His drinks all have an amount of caffeine in them. From Fanta to coffee, Chris is undoubtedly addicted to both, even going so far as to burning his own house down by accident when he was attempting to make a coffee at 3 a.m. with a faulty coffee maker. Fecal incontinence. I did a video on the Dirty Crack Briefs article if you want to go into my channel and find it, or go into my Chris Chan, my quickie reading playlist and find it. And while you're there, be sure to like the video, subscribe, watch my others, and do all that fun stuff. It is believed that Chris's diet is one of the causes for his fecal incontinence, the other one being ramming stuff into his rectum, as chronic constipation can be one cause of fecal incontinence. Chris's diet of McDonald's, microwavable food, and little or no fruit or vegetables is very likely ridiculously low on fiber and thus a surefire way of causing constipation. And Chris has been going on with this diet for who knows how long. Irritable bowel syndrome may be another reason for Chris's problems with control of his bowels. The cause of IBS is not known, but two major triggers are stress and poor diets, with wheat, dairy, and carbonated drinks known as IBS triggers. Chris has given testament to fast food not agreeing with him. However, being raised on a poor diet, it's unlikely he'll ever stop eating junk food anytime soon. Denials a poor diet. Chris often denies his diet is doing more harm to him than good, and the father call Chris constantly lies about his poor eating habits to an unimpressed Matthew DeBoria. At one point, he went off on a tangent about how he stuffed the vegetables and fruits down his throat. This was after Matt metaphorically compared his daughter's book reading to how much candy Chris probably consumes. And that's it. Chris's nutrition is not good, as you can tell. And he lies about it too. His mental state has really not helped his nutrition at all. If anything, it's made it worse given the fact that he believes this special drinking glass or drinking bottle or whatever is going to make him healthier. It's just really weird stuff, but it's also weird in a funny way. Like, Chris is weird in a funny way, and this is just one more example of it. So I will see you all next time, and be sure to stay beautiful, because I most certainly will not be doing that for you.